we're cooked.
Oh, God.
Remember when the internet felt kind of real? Now your feed is just a buffet of things that look true, sound true, and somehow feel true.
Stephen Hawking dropping in on the giant vert ramp. This is history.
Picking up speed, rolling smooth. Look at his setup.
He goes for the 9, 3 4/4 of a turn.
Yes!
Until you find out that they were spun by a machine that never sleeps.
Hardcore parkour! Hardcore parkour! Hardcore parkour!
We're not just scrolling anymore, we're training on synthetic reality, while it trains on us. And the weirdest part, we asked for this. We wanted faster content, cooler visuals, more wow. Congratulations, humanity, we're cooked.
Brother, we're not just cooked. We're marinated, sauteed, deep fried, and put in a fat guy's Tupperware for a meal prep he's not gonna stick to.
OpenAI, that is the ChatGPT people, they made a TikTok clone where every video is AI. My analysis, we are so completely fucked.
Today, we're going to address how AI is quietly ruining the internet.
Just a happy little tree right there. And if we make a little mistake, that's all right. Happy little mistakes. Yeah, just blend it. Maybe it's bigger. Maybe it's a big ugly branch. You like that? You like that tree? Oh, look at that!
And what it's doing to our sense of reality. Welcome back to Thinking and Being. If you like what you see today, please go ahead and like and subscribe, as this will enable you to see more content from myself and others just like this. And of course, I plan to be around a while, so your help here is much appreciated. So back in 2022, everyone just laughed at the Will Smith eating spaghetti clip. It was glitchy, it was off, he looked weird, his eyes were too far apart, and honestly, that kind of gave us some hope that AI wouldn't really fool anyone anytime soon. Cut to now.
He's rolling down the ramp. That's Stephen Hawking.
I can't believe my eyes!
Wait a minute. He's on top of the cage. No, no, no.
He's gonna fly!
Oh, my God.
Get up the cage!
Through the table.
Photorealistic people who never existed, dead people, voices that mimic your favorite leaders, and feeds swollen with auto slop engineered to hold your eyeballs.
Because reality's dead. Reality is dead. We can't trust our initial reaction now to any piece of footage we see. It doesn't matter. Ever since I've interacted with this particular video, my entire feed is full of celebrities, many of which have been dead for a long time, doing things they've never done. Like Michael Jackson and Kobe selling flavored Zins on a live.
I'm not being hyperbolic. I don't think I'm exaggerating. This new AI generator that they just released, this is the end of the world. There's no other way to look at it. We have reached a place where we don't know what's real and fake any longer, and this is as bad as it will ever be.
This isn't a tech demo anymore. It's the water we swim in.
We're cooked.
If my channel has one theme, it's this: reality is worth protecting. So let's map the new terrain and figure out what's still real and what's just the world's most convincing mirage. So the first problem is we don't know what's real. The line used to be obvious. A fake looked like a fake. Now the uncanny valley has a bridge and we crossed it at night. Photos cry real tears. Voices argue with your exact childhood cadence. Entire events can be staged for a camera that doesn't exist. That's not just confusion, it's erosion. If everything looks true, then nothing feels true, and the first casualty is trust. Without trust, communities fracture, empathy stalls, and reality becomes a choose-your-own adventure.
Which one's real?
The next problem is that we go from division, which we're already in a bad place, to designer realities. Think we're divided now? That was with some shared reality. Now we have designer realities, feeds curated by AI that learn your outrage triggers, tailor a world to match them, and then sell ads to your amygdala. Gen AI ups the dosage. Faster content, more extreme edits, attention-hacking thumbnails that make reasonable discourse feel boring. We didn't just build echo chambers now. We've added reverb, bass, and a fog machine. It's not left versus right anymore, it's real versus synthetic. Another problem is that history is now malleable. Here's the chilling thing. History is not safe. If you can synthesize yesterday, you can edit tomorrow.
Have you ever had a dream that you
Have you ever had a dream that you want them?
Imagine a kid in 20 years watching the video that you just saw in the clip before this. Does he know that that was never something that Martin Luther King Jr. ever said? Now imagine that clip being shared 1 billion times over multiple generations with heartfelt captions. How would they know? When evidence is infinite and cheap, truth is expensive and slow. We're outsourcing memory to systems that can rewrite it.
History editable.
Another problem is what I call the whisper down the lane effect at internet scale. Gen AI now trains on Gen AI, which in turn trains on Gen AI. Remixing remixes of remixes. It's the whisper down the lane effect. But the party is 8 billion people and trillions of posts. The result? Confidently wrong content with the smooth edges of authority, because the model saw it 1,000 times from itself. If we stop using the part of our brains that cross-checks with books, lived experience, and expert domains, we'll confuse consensus of copies with truth. Another problem? We're getting less human. If AI composes our words, polishes our selfies, fills our silence, what do we practice? Language shapes thought. If we outsource language, we might outsource thought. The danger isn't robotics replacing us, it's us becoming robots. Optimized, efficient, and a little empty. What fills the gap in our minds if creation becomes a button?
If it writes me, who am I?
And another problem, grandma sharing deep fakes again. Older generations already struggle to spot fakes. Animals bouncing on trampolines at night. Adorable, but fabricated. Now scale that to geopolitics, scams, and medical rumors. We're handing hyper-real tools to people who still think chain emails are the evening news. That's not a dunk on boomers, it's a preview of all of us, as the tech curve outruns our internal instincts.
I am a puppet for anyone who can afford me.
How will you know who to trust?
Boomers will believe anything I say.
I will sell you everything.
Every business will use me. Evil will abuse me.
Are we real? Do I exist? Does anybody know? Does anyone have an answer, or has this all just been Sora 2? I'm going to ask the questions that matter. Are we AI? Because I don't know. I can't tell the difference, and I'm losing my mind.
And next problem, are we the AI? As you just saw in the clip before this, it's a fair question. Are we AI? Feels like a joke until it doesn't. If the Sora watermark vanishes and synthetic footage looks perfect, what's left for us to anchor to? We used to squint and catch artifacts, fuzziness, wrong hands, weird shadows. Well, that window is now closing. Spot the difference has now become spot the impossible.
Wow, no seams.
And then there's a fair question. What if AI was always this good? Given the clip that you just saw, this is a fair thought experiment. What if AI was quietly this good for years, and we only are just starting to get the drip feed rollout? Wouldn't that explain why each leap feels already expected? If power is information, and information is now synthetic at will, the biggest advantage goes to whoever directs the narrative faucet. And this is not proof, it's just a question worth asking in a world where reality is now a software update.
AI slop is saturating the internet, and things are becoming dramatic pretty quickly. In an online world where money is made with attention, fake users spread their slop in review sections, generate fake traffic, or poison discourse. AI has supercharged this and made slop much harder to spot. It's never been easier to make mediocre content. From the black hole of meaninglessness that is LinkedIn, low-effort short videos just engaging enough to hypnotize kids and fry their attention spans, to endless, soullessly rewritten books on Amazon.
And there's also the problem of AI slop. As you saw in the clip from Kurzgesagt, they call it AI slop. Cheap, endless content tuned to hold you long enough to monetize your attention. Think of it as shorts stretched into infinity. And you pair that with what's called the dead internet theory, the idea that bots might already be most of your engagement, and you get an eerie vibe, an internet performing for itself while humans passively snack.
What if I told you that most, if not all of your online existence is fake? The articles you read, the Twitter accounts you follow, even this video you're watching right now. It's all fiction, created by artificial intelligence whose job is to keep you clicking on content that doesn't matter and keep you buying products that you don't need.
And yes, slop is getting harder to spot. That's the point.
Slop wins. We let it.
And then there's the idea of art, and what is art, and who are artists in this new world? I struggle with this because I'm both-brained. I love art. And if I make art as a human, and someone else can do it by pressing a button, who's better at art? If anyone can prompt a breathtaking image or drop themselves into a blockbuster-grade short movie, where does that leave things like film school, or the kid grinding with a secondhand camera, or the person that knows how to paint really well in a certain style? Maybe real artists then in the future become super rare and precious. Or maybe, more likely, they just get buried under all the slop.
The top of the funnel got huge, but the quality of the content... Removing these friction points from filmmaking or content creation, it makes self-expression available to everyone, and I love that. But what happens when you remove the entire process? What happens when all you have to do is like type a couple words in from your bed in a dark room and click a button and it gives you a piece of video and then you share it and then you do that 1,000 times a day?
As you just saw, Casey Neistat is warning us about this wave. My take, craft won't die, but discovery gets brutal. Algorithms don't always reward craftsmanship. They reward attention and retention.
We have only bits and pieces of information, but what we know for certain is that at some point in the early 21st century, all of mankind was united in celebration. We marveled at our own magnificence as we gave birth to AI.
AI? You mean artificial intelligence?
A singular consciousness that spawned an entire race of machines.
As you just saw, Morpheus told Neo, the Matrix is everywhere. It's all around us. Back then, 26 years ago, it was sci-fi. Today, it's our user experience. Our feeds are role-playing reality at 60 frames per second. The choice isn't the red pill versus the blue pill. It's do not disturb versus autoplay. Which one did you pick this morning?
Do not disturb.
So what is the best case? And do we have the potential to have some kind of human reset? I think the best case is that the flood gets so loud we finally go outside. We put our phones down, we touch grass, and remember analog wonder. Friends, sunsets, the dumb joy of doing nothing and staring at the leaves rustle in the trees. Will that happen? Probably not by accident. So here's the move. Build a personal reality hygiene. Read real books. Verify weird claims. Make things with your hands. Hang with people who knew you before your username. And yes, use AI, but as a tool, not as a trance.
Now this is reality.
Reality break.
Thanks for watching today. What's the matter? Never seen AI before? Pretty freaky, right? Not bad for AI. And it got the sound echo right that I have in this room. I have all these panels, but it's a large room and it echoes. And somehow it nailed that. I didn't feed it my video, but somehow it knew. How did AI know?
Look, Mom, no phone. And I can time travel.
So in conclusion, we're cooked. My 3 key takeaways are: first, reality is a muscle. Use it or lose it. Next, slop is cheap. Truth is costly. Pay the cost. Third, touch grass. Verify, then share. What do you think? Are we cooked? What other problems with AI do you see coming to fruition? Comment below and tell us. If you like what you saw today, please like and subscribe, as it'll keep this content coming your way. And it's my goal to make this content entertaining and funny, enlightening and educational, as well as a little bit nostalgic. Stay tuned, as we're going to get back into core topics ranging from consciousness to physics, philosophy to psychology, and all the intersections in between that affect your thinking and being. And I did promise a near-death experience episode that is coming up soon, but this AI episode, I had to do it this week, so I hope you understand. But until then, keep thinking and being, and do not go gentle into that good night. And protect our reality.